Threats from Honorable Cleophas Malala are just hot air because he holds no substantial position in the party. Nobody elected him, and yes, I think I would want to say that Honorable Cleophas Malala, being in the United Democratic Alliance as Secretary General, is just like a square peg in a round hole. It does not fit, and therefore I think he should hold on to his horses as we carry on with the elections that are ongoing. And one of the targets must be that we'll be able to get him out of that position. And I have said this before, and I will repeat that you must be in a party to bring value, and any value to the party is the membership that you bring and the drive that you bring into it, and unfortunately that is not visible. Looking at him and his body language, I think he represents some other forces, and looking at it, that might not even be his original statement. It could have come from other corners, but we are waiting to see. And again, banding us together, I think the least we would expect is for him to respect us as members of the party who pay his salary.
Now, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you are, and thank you so much for taking time to be with me for this analysis. Now, this analysis is going to be very interesting and engaging because I want us to discuss what I posted on our community section. And I told you that we are going to have this discussion in the evening. And it is the discussion about the mass exodus of the UDA members to a new party. This new party is called the New Democrats, TND. And if you look at the dailies today, the Daily Nation really gave a complete story. It talked about an extent where, some information was to be confirmed from the registrar of political parties. And the registrar of political parties said that it is true that there is a conversation like that. At the same time, you talk of those who are backing Rigathi Gachagua, like let's take for instance this Nyeri governor, okay, Mutai. So when he is angry at something, he is very angry. When he is happy at something, he is very happy. So even the time when he had a conversation with the nation, perhaps everything that he said, we would attach 90% utmost certainty to it. And so I want to believe this story, that there is a mass exodus from UDA to this new party, okay? This new party that Rigathi and his men are forming. And when you look at that, you see, this is confirming to us in politics, there is nothing that happens out of a mere coincidence. And for this analysis, I want us to look only at two things that are very much probable with this move. There is nothing new under the sun, okay? And before we look into them, for those of you who did not know how UDA, the current party of the government, was formed or was birthed, let me give you a 1-minute preamble on it. So you see, UDA was birthed out of haste, okay? Walikuja kwa pamoja kwa haraka sana. And at the same time, they birthed it out of malice. So the malice here was to show Uhuru Kenyatta that we can beat you in your own game. Because they were really trying to tell him, okay, you think you can just send us away from the Mother Jubilee? We also have our muscles. We can also try to stage this feast with you. And we have, this boxing ring very active. And that is exactly what they did.
Mimi nataka nishukuru Rais William Ruto kwa sababu hii chama UDA tulianza siku moja jioni. Na yeye hakuwa anataka chama. Acha niwape story vile tulianza hii chama UDA. Yeye alikuwa amesema Uhuru acha aninyang'anye kila kitu, lakini atuachie chama ya Jubilee. Na aliamini sana ati Uhuru atamwachia chama ya Jubilee. Sisi wakarabati tulikuwa hapo kando tukaona huyu atatuletea hasara. Sisi watu wachache, mimi na kina Dini Nyoro na kina Ishungwa na kina nane, tukakaa chini haraka haraka tukatafuta chama, tunajaribu kuambia rais tuanze chama yetu. Ngojeni, hii Jubilee itakuwa yetu. Lakini tulitengeneza chama chini ya mwezi 3. Hii chama watu wakiona sasa hivi wanafikiria ni chama ya mwaka 10. Si ni kweli? Na ndio tunataka hii chama tuichunge. Mtu yote unapewa kazi kwa chama, tafadhali usinunuliwe, usisikise mtu, wacha chama iwe free and fair.
So in that sense, you will definitely try to reason that UDA was not birthed out of a shared commonality for its futuristic sustenance. And that is the reason why anything of a turbulent nature, anything of a hiccup, anything of a hitch, anything in the rumor, it is coming, we are hearing that there's a disagreement, members have started to run away, key leaders, including the very second in command, running away. So it was not birthed out of common interests that are supposed to be sustained in a good time of the future. And that is the reason why, wise men always say that for a house to go up, it must actually go down. So in this case of UDA, we do not have the foundation well laid. We do not have the proper msingi well structured for its sustenance. And so when we are talking about mass exodus right now, we were waiting for it. It is not news. It is not something very strange. We were really anticipating that a time like this is going to come. Now, there are two things that I want us to look at. First of all, I see this move as a move that is threatening in a way. And threatening in the sense that with the move that Rigathi and his men are looking forward to taking and disintegrating from UDA and venturing into this new party, it is going to send a coded message to the president and the remnants of UDA, those who will be remaining in the UDA after this mass exodus. They will be trying to say, once bitten, twice shy. And some of them will be trying to say, if we remain in UDA, we might face what those who remained in Jubilee faced. Okay? So this can be something which is choreographed. And that is why we say in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything has been planned. They want to send a message. They want to send something very coded to William Ruto that if you think you can mess with us in the UDA, we can leave it and do to you what you did to Uhuru Kenyatta. We can live and come up with our own. And that is the reason why the intensity of this arrangement, anticipation for them to have this party, was so much serious until it was captured in the dailies.
Upon my return to Kenya, I have been deeply concerned by reports of indiscipline among some of our elected members within our party. It has come to my attention that certain individuals have shown blatant disrespect to the party leadership, including the presidency. This behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated within the UDA party. We want to now bring order in the UDA party.
So that is one thing. They could be actually planning for it, making an objective out of it to send a coded message to the president and the remnant, once bitten, twice shy, such that, they attract everybody who will be so fearful of what the breakup would lead to at the end of the day. Another thing which is very much probable is that when they form this party, it is going to be a new face of the gamer community, the Mount Kenya. Remember, they have been talking about lately coming up as a team, coming up as a community, coming up as a region. So what does this mean? If they come up with a new party, they will be going back on their knees and saying, all right, our people, let's reason. Let's just sit on a common table, on a round table, and try to reason. The oil skin of the house, this is what we have. We are not going to rub it on to the skins of the strangers, okay? And they will be going back to what they were warned. They were told that, please make sure that before you go to general election, please make sure that you have an identity in your political alienation. Meaning that don't just lean on the vehicle from another section. Like they were really warned. You think UDA is your own party, it's gonna honors. It has its honors, all right? So perhaps they are coming up with their own thing and to learn from the mistakes of the past, such that if they will be going to the people and saying, okay, what way to, this is now our thing. This is what we have as a house. Can you please join? People will start to resonate and they can actually go to an extent of trying to organize things of commonality and defining the real extent of Mlima Kenya. So I also see that as a possibility. And that one is just a matter of time for us to see, although it is not on a highest probability, because the differences that are between Rigathi and his team and Uhuru Kenyatta and his team and every other faction, I think they are what we always say, politically irreparable. very difficult to be reconciled, and they move up, strongly well as they forge ahead. So those two areas are very probable. Otherwise, there is something very serious happening, and it is happening so thick and fast that at the end of the day, we are going to again confirm that in politics, nothing happens out of a mere coincidence. And tuweke tu macho, time will definitely reveal to us the true extent of what these men and women in the political landscape can do. So I wanted us to talk slightly about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll meet next. Have a great time.